What's up, fight fans? Thank you once again for coming through. Much appreciated. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. Apologies in advance that you guys still cannot see me. I am using my Mac HD computer to record this video, and picture quality is just going to be shockingly shit. So I'd rather show you guys some pictures of these fighters and the rest of what I'm going to be talking about throughout this video. I can't lie to you. I can't wait for this fight. This fight's one of the reasons that I'm in the country. I will be there ringside 17th of February, MEN Arena, Manchester, to watch this one live. I couldn't and didn't want to watch this on the TV because this was in my, believe it or not, my top 5 fights of the year. When this fight was agreed in terms of when both of these guys qualified by beating their quarterfinalists, I was like, you know what, this is going to be something special. And I still do think that. There's not many fights that I watch or that are made and to me are genuine 50-50 fights. You get a lot of fights where you kind of know who's going to win, but you think, well, if this guy does this though, he might have a chance. This isn't one of those. This is a genuine 50-50 scrap. It reminds me a bit of the first Kovalev versus Ward fight where I just could not pick a winner and I just kept going back and forth. And I've gone back and forth on this one. So guys, don't sit on the fence. In your comment section below, please simply just say a name. That's all I want. You don't have to give an explanation. You can if you want to. But all I want is Groves or Eubank Jr. Because I have absolutely not got a clue. And I'm just going to make this up on the whim. And I'll probably give you a name at the end of this video because I don't know. I've said to myself, George Groves is clearly the more experienced of the boxers. He's the one that's been doing this on the big stage. He's been in there against, decent operators. Carl Froch obviously was not a decent operator. Carl Froch was an elite operator, and he caused Carl Froch numerous amount of problems in their first fight. And then even in the second fight to an extent, but got knocked out. Badou Jack was a split decision, and Badou Jack, who's gone on to probably be the best super middleweight, and now obviously jumped up to light heavyweight, and will probably do good things at light heavyweight as well, so there's no shame in losing to Badou Jack. So this guy has only lost to 2 people. He's only lost to 2 fighters, and he's now the world champion after beating Fedor Chudinov at Bramall Lane in Sheffield. So look, he's confident right now. And I always feel like a confident George Groves is a dangerous George Groves. A dangerous, dangerous George Groves. The same kind of confidence that he showed in the first Carl Froch fight, even in the rematch, that's a dangerous guy. That's a guy that has been on the big stage. And some of you might say, yeah, but he's folded. But I think he's put up a good show on even in his losses. Even in his losses. But this is the thing. Every one of these wins, I actually think, and people might disagree with me here, I think Chris Eubank beats all the other people. So everyone he's lost to, Chris Eubank doesn't beat them. Doesn't beat Carl Froch, doesn't beat Badou Jack. But everyone he's beaten, you could make an argument that Chris Eubank would beat them. People might say James DeGale, I'm still 50-50 on that. But in terms of the recent opponents, Jamie Cox, Chudinov, Martin Murray's in there, David Brophy, DeLuisa, Rebrasse, I think he beats all those guys. So as much as it is a step up for Chris Eubank, I think it's a big step up for George Groves. George Groves says, look, there's no pressure on me, pressure's all on Eubank. I disagree. I think if George Groves does win, I think this will be his biggest win. I think this will be his biggest win. But then you look at someone like Chris Eubank, and I feel like we're watching someone get better and better and better. Every time I see him fight, I feel like, okay, I'm seeing a bit more. I'm seeing a bit more. He's ticking another box for me. And I just feel like, he's 28. I feel like give him another year and a half, and he'll be very, very difficult to beat. But he's still beatable now. He overcommits. Even in that Yildirim, you go and watch the Yildirim knockout. He's overcommitting all the time. Yildirim isn't just good enough to counterpunch him. George Groves, if he overcommits like that with George Groves, I know Eubank has shown a good chin, but George Groves knocks him out. George Groves is a big puncher. He knocks him out. But like I said, yeah, going back to it, I think that we're watching the evolution of a very good boxer here. And I feel like since I saw the Nick Blackwell performance. I think he's improved on that when he fought Tom Doran, improved on that when he fought Quinlan, improved on that when he fought Arthur Abraham, and for some reason got stick for going points with Arthur Abraham. And I think Arthur Abraham's a bloody tough fighter. And then he beat the undefeated Avnil Yildirim and smashed him. This is a good fight, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, what do you pick? Do you pick the strength and experience and almost toughness of George Groves, or do you pick the speed and skill and the freshness of Chris Eubank? I don't know. I don't know. I'm split. If someone put a gun to my head right now and said, you have to pick one of these guys, I'm going for Eubank. There's just something about him, isn't it? He's got that mystique about him where you think he's going to get it done. He's going to get it done. And like I said, as good as George Groves has looked in his last sort of 5 or 6 performances since the loss to Badou Jack, I don't think they're great competitors. I don't think that Martin Murray, David Brophy, Chudanov, who's a tough guy, I guess, but I think Eubank Jr. does him. I don't know. I don't think these are great opponents. But it's interesting. It's interesting. Guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Great fight. Can't wait to be there. Unbelievable atmosphere this is going to be. And another thing that sort of sprang to mind as well before we go. This is a huge British fight. And I cannot believe that neither Matchroom or Box Nation have this fight. I mean, if I'm Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, I'm kicking myself. Right now, they're begging for pay-per-view attractions. And here we have a pay-per-view attraction that neither of the top 2 British promoters have. Embarrassing that neither of them have George Groves or Chris Eubank on their books. But anyway, that's it. Leave your thoughts below. Let me know what you think. Who wins the fight? I can't pick a winner. I'm struggling. I did go Eubank Jr. if you have a gun to my head, but that could change by next week.